Supernatural with Mr. Jared Padalecki. Just woke up.
Just woke up. Yeah, it's 3:45, and I did truly just wake up. I had an early morning, 6 o'clock we were shooting, and so I had an hour off, and I face full of pillow.
You took a nap, you woke up, you killed some Leviathan, you're good.
Yeah.
All in a day's work.
Some swords, some pillows. Jensen's over here. It's all good time.
So we're here on the set of Supernatural with Jensen Ackles. How you doing?
I'm good.
We just watched the last week, or I guess 2 weeks ago now, had the time travel episode.
Oh yes, back in the 40s with Mr. Elliot Ness.
Yeah, was that fun?
It was a lot of fun, absolutely. I think they had a hard time getting me to get out of the outfit there. It was
Oh yeah?
with the coat and the thing and the hair and the gun, and I was like, I remember I walked out set.
Does that mean we have to not
That means
speak?
we're rolling. Whatever, we'll go to this action.
Okay.
It was. I remember I walked on set and multiple crew guys, and I mean we're talking guys that are head to toe Gore-Tex. Generally, most of the time we're filming because we're outside and we're in Vancouver. They just came up to me and started like touching my jacket. They were like, "Why did we stop dressing like this?"
Time travel wise, you've done Old West, you've done 40s, you've done 70s. Where do you want to go next? What suit do you want to put on next?
Medieval times. That's actually, yeah. I think it's about time we.
Jousting.
I think it's about time we got back to the swords and the horses, and we'll never do that. It's way too expensive. But that would be fun. Yeah, we've done the 40s. We did the Old West. We're just ticking them off.
Yeah.
Basically. I don't know. Maybe it might be time to go in the future.
Yeah. Hoverboards.
Hoverboards.
There we go.
I'm not sure
we should
Dean would be
pitch this.
the best hoverboard candidate. Something tells me his balance is not quite what Michael J. Fox's was.
No.
Ooh, if I get to go back in time. Oh man, that's. I mean, that whole flapper era that he got to go back to is pretty rad. I wouldn't mind going back to the 20s and 30s, but I gotta go different. Let's go back to. Do I get to choose the place though?
Yeah. This is Supernatural. You guys do whatever
No, I think Sam would do well. In the United States around 1940, 1941, kind of when we started getting involved in World War II. And one of the things I like about my character, who he's always been, is he's been willing to sacrifice his good for the greater good. And I think I've always had a fantasy about being able to do a story that takes place kind of World War II era. And I think it was just from what I've seen and read, it seems like it would have been a strangely wonderful, like bittersweet, granted, but a time when everybody kind of saw each other as a friend, and it wasn't so divisive politically and financially. And so it feels like this common enemy who was a psychopath and his cronies, obviously in Germany, how we all teamed up, and there was a greater good. There was a commonality.
sense of union.
Yeah, absolutely. A sense of unity and
This episode that's coming up this week, you guys have done some weird stuff on this show, but judging from the preview with the like hyper growing baby and everything, this might be one of the weirder ones.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit? Can you tease
But
a little
come on,
bit
we've
about
had
that
meta
episode?
episodes for crying out loud. I mean, there's not much we haven't done or won't do on the show. So, I mean, in a way, that's great because there's not a lot of limitations as to what we can do. We can kill characters and bring them back if we want. We can go into the future. We can have doppelgangers. We can have, it's kind of the possibilities are endless in a way, and
Throw everything at the wall and everything sticks?
and everything sticks. Not everything, not all the time. We rely on you guys to let us know when they don't stick, and they don't always stick. But you never know if you don't try. So. Yes, the one coming up, the Slice Girls, that's the show is lovingly called, is it's a little out there, so it's a bit of a different scenario for Dean. He has a daughter.
Comes a knockin'.
Daughter comes knocking. Of course, she's about 3 days old, technically, but in reality, she's I think like a 17-year-old. 16. She's just about to turn 16. So, so that was interesting, and she's been sent to take care of me and it is a bit conflicting. Sam has to come in and kind of save the day.
Do the dirty work.
When which is what Dean had to do at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is brought up, that it's like, listen, when you couldn't do it, I had to do it. And when I couldn't do it, you had to do it. So it's one of those brother moments that we all cherish.
Got this really weird episode coming up.
Yeah.
With
This one?
No, well that looks weird too.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we were just talking about that.
That's
But the Slice Girls episode where Dean becomes a Insta parent.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What are the implications for Sam there? Because I know it's a tough one for him.
We're trying to teach abstinence. You fool around, you become a parent the next day. Just kidding. What kind of is important in Sam's side of the story is the Winchesters have never had great luck with their loved ones.
That's a very nice way to put it, Jared.
That's an ongoing theme. But Sam finds himself in a position where the lesson that Dean kind of was harping on earlier in the year with you got to do what's right, even if it kind of upsets you personally. Sam finds himself having to say that to Dean because Dean gets himself involved with a situation where he's now personally involved with a monster.
Like the Amy thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like harkening back to the episode that Jensen directed. But now Dean finds himself in the position where he's caught between his emotional attachment and his hunter thinking.
Logic.
Hunter logic.
You've had the babysitting episode that just aired. You've got this daughter coming. Are they like? Is Dean like having daddy issues? Like.
Dean's had daddy issues since the beginning of the show.
Now he is the daddy.
Yeah. Well, I guess so. I think she's having more daddy issues. He's trying to figure out how the hell he became a dad. Yeah. No. I mean, it's just one of those things where, when he's faced with, obviously there's not a giant emotional attachment to this person because he doesn't even know her.
Mm-hmm.
But just the fact that she exists and he helped create her,
yeah.
I think is what's pulling on his heartstrings a bit, and she utilizes that, and that's kind of how she lowers his
Gets his guard down a little
defenses.
bit.
Yeah.
So.